Hello and welcome to another video. This is Ramsha again, and today I'm going to talk about if one-year course is worth applying in Canada. I decided to make this video since I've gone through the same process. If I go back in time, let's say, when was it? In 2019, I was applying for my postgrad in Canada, and I was in this situation where I was figuring out if I should apply for a one-year course or not, if I should go for a two-year program and just be on the safe side and all those things. So in this video, I will be talking about if it's worth it for you and what factors can you consider while you're thinking if you should go for 1 year or if you should go for 2 years. And after that, I will be sharing my experience with you that can help you know about this situation a little bit more. So the question is if you should apply for a 1-year course in Canada or not. The answer to that is not straightforward. It actually depends on a couple factors. So first, let's talk about what degree you're applying for. If you're applying for a postgrad, let's say, you have two options: to go for a master's degree or to go for a postgraduate certificate or diploma. So if you decide to not to go for a master's and you think that it could be hard for you to get an admission, or you cannot afford the master's fee, which is always way higher than postgraduate certificates and diplomas, then your option is either to go for one-year program, 1 2-year program, or 2 2-year programs. Why? Let's talk about that. The most important factor that you should be considering while you're deciding if you should go for which one of these is your postgraduate work permit. You can get from 1 year up to 3 years of postgraduate work permit, depending on what degree you choose. So as I mentioned a couple times in this video, that the duration of your postgraduate work permit really depends on the duration of your program that you're going to study. No matter it's master's or postgraduate diploma, the thing that matters is for how long did you study that for. So now we're on Government of Canada's official website. If I go down and show you guys, it says here how long is a post-graduation work permit valid. It says here if your program was less than 8 months, you're not eligible for a PGWP. So the minimum length of your program should be 8 months or more. If it's less than 8 months, you won't get a work permit as per Government of Canada's website. The next option is if your program was at least 8 months but less than 2 years. And they say we may give you a postgraduate work permit that's valid for up to the same length as your study program. For example, if you complete a 9-month program, we may give you a work permit for up to 9 months. So yeah, if it's more than 8 months but less than 2 years, then again, it varies that for how long they're going to give it to you. It could be 1 year, it could be anything. And then they mention if your program was 2 years or more. So if it's 2 years or more, they will give you a work permit that's going to be valid for 3 years, which is great. And that's what most people opt for because 3 years is a good amount of work permit that you need. Now they say if you completed more than one program. So in case of more than one program, your both programs should be PGWP eligible, and they both have to be at least 8 months in length. So if one program is 8 months and another is less than 8 months, then you might not be eligible for the work permit that's for the duration of both programs. The 2-year program thing, although they say it should be 2 years, it's usually 4 semesters. So it doesn't specify here, but according to my experience and what I have seen other people doing is that the 2 years program means 4 semesters. So yeah, 1 year usually has 2 semesters, and then another year has another 2 semesters. So yeah, now you know how the duration of your program can affect the length of your postgraduate work permit. I will paste this link in the description below so that you can check this out later and just do your own research, read a little bit more. There's on Government Canada's website, there's a lot more information. The way work permit applications are processed is different for different people. It depends on your course and your degree, like your course or degree, or your college and what credential you're getting, things like that. But if you're doing 4 semesters in postgrad diploma or certificate, that's what 2 year means. It just needs to be 4 semesters. That's it. Then you get 3 years of work permit, which is great. Yes, just because of that reason, a lot of people either go for 2 years postgraduate programs, or they take 2 programs of 1 year. So let's come to the final factor that most people consider when they're planning their Canadian journey or their journey with any other country, which is permanent residency, your PR. Yes, we're all here for that, and that's what we all plan for. With 3 years of work permit, you get 3 years to work in Canada and be eligible for immigration streams and apply for that. Now, let me just share my own experience. I was in the same position as you a couple years ago and deciding what should I do. So according to my financial situation and everything, I decided I should go for a postgraduate diploma, because my plan was just to do that diploma, get those points for a degree in Canada, and apply for Federal Skilled Worker Program. Not the CEC, but the Federal Skilled Worker one, because I already had work experience back home in Pakistan and I was getting good points. I had good IELTS score, but I only needed, there's a plane going on, sorry. It's gone, okay. And my plan was just to get the degree, get those points, and then apply for Federal Skilled Worker because I had work experience back home. So I was just slightly below the cutoff score at that point. So I was like, okay, great, everything is working perfectly. I just need to go to Canada, get that postgraduate diploma of 1 year and get those points and apply for Federal Skilled Worker. I came here, and after 2 months or so, COVID hit and we were in lockdown. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And I was graduating in December 2020, so my plan was to apply in Federal Skilled Worker right after graduation. But my luck that just like a week before graduating, they closed the Federal Skilled Worker stream. My whole plan was just to apply for Federal Skilled Worker right after graduating and just wait for ITA, but that never happened because the program was closed for 1.5 years right after I graduated. So I had to just replan everything and find other ways to get my PR or get my work permit extended and things like that to stay in Canada. So that's a whole story that I can talk about later, but this is one thing to consider, that there can be unforeseen circumstances. No matter how well you plan your journey, no matter how well everything is on paper, like your scores are good and everything is good and you just have it planned, no, it's not always going to go according to your plan. I'm not going to discourage you or anything like that. I'm just sharing my personal experience with you. Like back then it was COVID, and right now there's like IRCC strike going on. So yeah, these things that are not in your control can happen, but what you can do is just hope for the best and plan as much as possible and just have a plan B. I did kind of have a plan B, but yeah, there were a lot of things going on that I could share later or sometime. But yeah, do consider what works best for you, and do choose what is best for you considering all these factors. And if you have anything to share or have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below, and I will try to give replies to you as much as possible. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe my channel for more stories and more educational content. Thank you.